Much like how Super Smash Bros Melee made me want to buy a GameCube, Super Smash Bros Brawl is what made me want to buy a Revolution. Or a Wii, or something like that. Everything about the game just kind of screamed badass to me, like how it looked and the opening of the game and the music that goes along with it, because that sounds pretty great. They also tweaked the gameplay and added some welcome elements and some not welcome ones, and you guys know the ones. I could go into a full detail about this whole thing, but that's what reviews are for, and I don't really feel like pissing off anyone at this particular point in time, giving my opinion on Brawl, so we'll do that some other time. But while, if we're going to look at this from a competitive standpoint, I'll always choose Melee over Brawl simply because it's a less sluggish, more exhilarating experience. But that doesn't mean Brawl is bad by any means. It still plays really well and it's fun. It has a great roster of characters. It looks gorgeous. Sandbag comes back and he's great. Again, completely wasted. There's an online mode I never use. And the game features one of the best / kind of completely repetitive single player modes for any fighting game out there. I mean, you know, no one really talks in it, but it's something. They could have said fuck it and not done anything like they are doing with the new game. Fuck! Oh, while talking about the new game, it's a rumor right now that Reggie might be a character for the new game. So that's really cool and everyone should vote for him to be a character. But the point I'm trying to make by saying all this stuff is that this is a video on the beta of Super Smash Bros Brawl, if you haven't guessed. So let's go ahead and talk about that, because, you know, I talked about the first game a long-ass time ago, second game earlier this month. May as well finish this off. So, today on Gaming Mysteries, as I just said a second ago, I'm talking about the beta of Super Smash Bros Brawl. Now, like with Melee, we have a variety of things that were left out of the game or left in the game but unfinished. Some potential additions to the roster, some potentially cool battle effects, and other beta shit. So let's start with the potentially left out characters, because talking about left out characters is a great depressing way to start the video. Now, there are various files that were found that suggested that the game would feature some additional newcomers as well as returning characters. The newcomers, if that is what they indeed are Dixie Kong, Toon Zelda, Toon Sheik, and a file called Pra-Mai, which is speculated to be Plusle and Minus, which are these two Pikachu-looking things. Every new generation I try and see if they tried to sneak in another Pikachu, but the joke's on me because this time they snuck in a new Mewtwo-looking fucking thing. Which, I'll give them that, I didn't see it coming, so way to go, Mew3, or whatever the fuck your name is. And as I said, there were some potential returning fighters in the form of potentially all of them. Some people say nay, others say yay, though most will agree that there are at least some Melee characters that were intended to be in the final version of Brawl, but just weren't for whatever reason. Just don't know what that reason is, though there's lots of speculation as to what that reason is. Same with why they removed the potential newcomers. Like, maybe they thought having a Link, a Toon Link, a Zelda Sheik, a Toon Zelda Sheik, and Ganondorf was, or Ganon, whatever. Maybe they thought that was a little too fucking much. Same with Dr. Mario. Got too much Mario in there. And maybe it was decided that they had enough Pokemon in the game already, because God knows they do. And what with Mewtwo having a new replacement in the form of, I hate him, not as cool as Mewtwo. Actual fact that I'm saying right now. You know, they think, let's ditch some Pokemon. And it seems like Roy was just kind of replaced with Ike, and Ike is a terrible name, so I don't know you could do that, Nintendo. I suppose it's also worth mentioning that apparently, according to Sakurai, and I think this was a recent interview, but apparently the villager from Animal Crossing was to appear as a character in Brawl, though he was removed because, quote, he wasn't suited for battle. Of course, now it's confirmed that he'll be in the new game, and it's probably going to be broken as all hell. Or he's not in it. He might be in it. Either way, he's going to be broken as all hell. If you've seen any gameplay of him, Jesus Christ. While on the subject of characters, though, because why not, for the ones that were left in the cast, they received small changes from the beta to final release, which can be seen in some early trailers. Some have altered moves, like Kirby's Hammer Spin moving in a horizontal direction instead of vertical. Some have different weapons, like Zero Suit Samus with this sword. Fox is shown holding his blaster at all times instead of just when he uses it. Though out of all of the changed moves, the alteration of Snake's grab intrigues me the most. Initially, Snake would grab his opponent as he would in the MGS games, with accuracy. Like grabbing a dude by his arm and his mouth, like in this picture, you know, kinda, I don't know. suffocating. I don't fucking know. I haven't played MGS in a while, and usually I just shoot people. Not the case. But in the final version, his grab move was less accurate and more huggy. Head huggy, but still pretty huggy. And, you know, I appreciate hugs. I do. And Nintendo seems like they do too. Like, Miyamoto would be down for that, but not Reggie, because he'd probably eat your head. But it doesn't exactly strike fear into your enemies. I assume they changed this because maybe having Snake choke out this cute cast of Nintendo characters is a no-no. God knows I tried. With some success, because this is awful. But, yeah. Yeah. The concept of how the final Smash works may have initially been different. As seen in the first trailer for Brawl, you can view Mario grabbing the Smash Ball and then using it instead of trying to just smash it and then use it. It's thought that this may have been an early idea that was dropped because it was too easy. And yes, it does sound and look pretty easy, but let's be realistic. Chasing down the stupid thing and hitting it isn't that much of an exhilarating experience either, now is it? Just, I don't know, figure out how to add a super meter, you know. Don't make the super kill. Let's not make it shitty like PlayStation All-Stars. God, I hate that. I hope bad blood against that game. They removed Dart from Legend of the Dragoon. Never forget. But yeah, super meter. Do it. I suppose it's also worth mentioning that initially there were scenes that take place before the events of Subspace Emissary, where the Subspace Army takes over the Halberd and King Dedede unintentionally stalls Meta Knight from preventing it from happening. Sakurai confirmed that he decided to cut this out, and an update was made to confirm this together with how various events and characters in Subspace Emissary comes together, which is great because they jump around a lot. I'm playing as Mario and Link, and next thing you know, I'm across the world, playing as Marth, Meta Knight, and Ike, and Yoshi, and Kirby. Certain moves or stages had different names, like this stage called Summit, which was once called The Summit. A grandiose change. I'm sure that's plain for you all to see. But more importantly, there are some left out songs, like the main theme from MGS2, NES Sports Medley. That's important, though more important is the exclusion of Because I Love You from Earthbound, or Mother 2, which I just really like that song. I don't really care if they couldn't find a place for it. I like it, and you know, I'd like it to be in the game. I'll live without it. I'm just saying. But hey, it's time to talk about the visual differences between the beta and final version. Now, there aren't a ton of them, though some are certainly fascinating. The not fascinating one is how some of the icons were less detailed in earlier versions. Exciting stuff, I know. Some more interesting left out features are Snake being more muscular. The game in general was supposed to look much better than what we finally got. More polygons. I assume they didn't do this to keep the frame rate from being total shit, though that's just speculation on my part. But most importantly, originally Link's hair was longer in the beta, but now it's shorter. And as a man who has long hair, and who takes pride in it, this brings me great sorrow, the likes of which no one will truly understand. Oh, but hair aside for now. Lastly, for interesting visual thingies, is that it suggested that at some point during development, the game was intended to have battle damage as a feature. For those unaware of what that is, think about knocking off someone's armor in Soul Calibur when you hit them too much, or some shit like that. Speculation of this possible left-out feature can be seen in these two pics that show Meta Knight and Captain Falcon with damaged costumes. And this is actually really fascinating. Assuming this was a real thing, that Nintendo did intend for characters to take battle damage, that seems like something so un-Nintendo. I can't help but think that they didn't do this because, I mean, do you think a company like Nintendo is going to let beloved characters like Mario and Link and Peach and Zelda and Zero Suit Samus parade around in ripped clothes? Battle-damaged ripped clothes? Fanfics? I don't think so. Though it is a great idea, so someone call Sakurai. Next game, let's do it. Rip clothes for everyone. But that's pretty much the beta of Super Smash Bros Brawl. When looking at what things were removed or changed, it seems like Brawl could have definitely been a very different game in the end. What with those extra characters, better graphics, different final Smash mechanics, and ripped clothing. Especially ripped clothing. And would I prefer that over Brawl? Absolutely, especially that ripped clothing thing. But even though I won't be hopping into the competitive Brawl scene anytime soon, and playing that, and will still look at Melee from at least a gameplay standpoint as the better game. Brawl is still a fun ride. It's a fun game, and I don't think it deserves to be shunned by everyone who hates tripping. Because, you know, I hate it too, but that doesn't mean the game's not fun, or that it's completely unredeemable. It has its qualities. It's a good game. If you're ignoring it, stop doing that. Though Melee is better, I'll completely ignore that. So, you know, here's hoping the next game's going to be like Melee. Amen. This has been Game of Mysteries. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, welcome back to End Slate. It's going to be a quick End Slate tonight, tonight, whatever, because I have been under the weather lately, which some people, you know, getting mad at me for getting sick and not being able to finish videos. You guys are mean, by the way. Also, if you don't like an End Slate, you don't have to watch it. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there. But anyways, you just watched a Game of Mysteries on Super Smash Bros Brawl. I hope you enjoyed it. It's good to know that I've covered all there is to cover about Smash Brothers for the time being, so I can ignore that for a while. Good to have it done though. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this End Slate stuff, because I would like to speed this along. Though I do want to say, sorry, Fighting Game Month didn't really go as planned. A lot of unexpected things happened in July, and you know, in general, shit happens. Life is unexpected. You can't really do anything. It wasn't even a matter of being sick for the entire month, but some of it definitely. In any case, let's get on with this fucking End Slate thing. Top of the screen, 2 videos that I am going to recommend. One of them is going to be a recommendation for the last video I did on this channel, which was a review of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, 28 minutes, only 5 of which are part of the End Slate. Really long video. Longest review I've done in a really long time, and it took a really long time to make. Shame people don't really watch the reviews, but you know, whatever, do them anyways. So there's that. Hope people enjoyed that, by the way. I like the intro. And the other video I'm going to recommend is a part of my Let's Play of Persona 3 Fez over on my gameplay channel that I never talk about, that I probably should talk about every once in a while so you guys know what it is. Guys, I have a channel where I do Let's Play stuff, and, you know, there's one of the videos. I am working, like actually working on getting a lot more videos up on there, because I've been kind of ignoring the channel, so trying to work on that. Also trying to not work on getting completely fucking stressed out for the Halloween special, which I'm also currently working on. Lots of stuff I'm working on, you guys. So yeah, videos in the future. You know how it works. Oh, as to the subscription thing, I don't know. You guys know. If you like the thing and you want to subscribe, I appreciate it. But if you don't and you don't want it, that's fine. It's like no biggie. If you like the video and you want to like it, obviously that's going to help me. If you don't and you don't want to, you don't have to. Nothing against you. You know, no bad blood. You know, you're not PlayStation All Stars. But yeah, that's End Slate. I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired. So night, guys.